look at this in my hand. This is all the paper that I have kind of shrunk, but this is all the paper for one student's college, just for one college, all the paper. This student applied to 11 colleges. So imagine 11 times this. The same information is going out to the school, the same data point, the same recommendation, the same transcript, 11 times. I said this has to stop. My office was starting to look like my old English professor's office where there's nothing but paper all over the place. And I said, this needs to stop. There has to be a better way to do this. And so I found Naviance, and it has allowed me to kind of house everything that I need for the college application process in one centralized place where I can pull up information. So I have the transcript in Naviance. I upload every student's transcript into Naviance so that way it's easy accessible for me. I have called and argued with Naviance and Hobson's repeatedly that the issue that we had before was that if there's an initial transcript inside of the system, if you upload a mid-year transcript or another transcript, it replaces the initial transcript. And so what happens is if that student now is applied to a new school, I then will have to go back and redo the up. So I said that needs to stop. You need to figure out a way to host 3 or more transcripts inside of the system, and I think they've done that.
But they don't give you an option for holding a test optional one as well, because we have kids who apply to schools that do require and test optional, and I don't want to have to go back and forth.
Yeah, so they're not
those
perfect.
That's been an annoyance in my first few years now.
So now I can house 3 different types of transcript, because you would need your initial transcript, which has up until your junior year, and then you'll need the mid-year transcript if your students need to provide a mid-year transcript. And our mid-year transcript looks different from our regular end-of-year transcript, because again, it's not the end of the year, so we only do, it looks like a report card, but not quite like a report card. It has a little bit more detailed information than an actual report card. And so I house that. I house their SAT scores. So this is no more. We don't have any more folders for students' record. We actually have everything housed in Naviance. So all the paperwork, even if a student has applied to a school that isn't electronic, what Naviance allows for us to do is there's a documents tab. So I just scan in all of that document into that tab, and so that way it's kept in a personal file for that student, and it's there until maybe about 10 years. I don't know how long, but I can go all the way back to 2010 and pull up those students' records and kind of see what it is that I need to pull from it. And it's important for that. One, a lot of times students will call me and say, hey, Mr. Mitchell, I'm applying to grad school. I need you to revamp my recommendation letter. What did I say to you again? You know, it's been like 5 years. What are we talking about? So I can now go back into Naviance and pull up that recommendation letter and see it. Sometimes I can go in there, and if they've written some beautiful essays or their resumes are done and I want to nominate them for something, I don't have to worry about sifting through papers and like, oh, where's the student's resume, da, 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 da. I just go into their Naviance file and just print off their resume and print off their document. If a teacher recommendation says something unique about the student wants a copy of it, I don't now have to send an email to a teacher or disrupt the teacher's teaching to say, hey, can you send me a recommendation from a kid from 2011? I can just go into Naviance and pull up that student's recommendation from the teacher, because once the teacher gives me the recommendation, I'm free to do with it whatever I need. So I don't need to then go ahead and get another permission from the teacher in order to pull up that recommendation. So it's been great for me to house all of that information that I need at my fingertips for any particular student from 2010 onward.